of these companies to another. And to answer your first question, they also control all of the media. They control the television programs, they control the press, they control the movies. And so you're being brainwashed every single day of your life. And when you're trying to find explanations for what's going on, the first thing you need to do is to disregard what's ever on the news or written on the headlines, because that's just to trick you and to keep you ignorant. I can give you another analogy, and it's a very good analogy. Think of The Wizard of Oz. It was written by, I forget his first name, Baum.
Right.
He was writing something to educate people about what they needed to do for their money system. And so the Yellow Brick Road,
The economy.
that's gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the Wizard of Oz is those groups I was telling you about that control the capital markets. They are the screen that the Wizard of Oz had.
Right.
That's what your media is telling you. And the dog Toto that pulls the curtain aside, that's me and the rest of the World Bank whistleblowers. And the world is now looking to see what the Wizard of Oz has in store for them. I think that the US dollar is going to become worthless. They've got a whole scenario worked out.
Is that the direction that this super entity is trying to move our economy in right now? Are they trying to crash the US dollar?
Yes, but I can tell you that their playbook isn't, they're not calling the shots. We have, and I'll tell you how I know this, because I was telling you about this very accurate model that this political scientist, Jacek Kugler, who chaired the political science department at Claremont. Anyway, this model predicted that if we could get a country to expose this corruption, just one, we would then have rule of law. And that country was the United Kingdom, but it's not just the United Kingdom. For example, I was a witness at the European Parliament in 2011. I have been contacting the Congress on this corruption for many, many years. Before I was fired in 2007, warning was going to be enough. But because of what I was telling you about the super entity, the Cabal, that's actually hijacked the World Bank. But guess what? It hijacked the United States government. It hijacked a lot of other countries' governments. And that's what's actually happened.
Multi-level corruption that you were looking at. So while you were in the World Bank and you're seeing this multi-level corruption going on, did anybody offer you a hand in the Ponzi scheme?
Well, it's only relatively recently that people have started offering me anything. And every time that happens, it's not that I'm uncorruptible, it's that I have a big mouth. And so they'll offer me something that, sort of looks attractive. But before I know it, I'm telling somebody else about the fact that I've been offered this incredible bribe. And so it just doesn't work.
Right. Well,
and you have to also recognize what happened to the presidents that didn't want this Federal Reserve System to go forward. Let me explain how it works, okay? If you have the Treasury Department that's issuing the currency, then you don't have to pay interest on it. But if you have the Treasury Department issue a promissory note to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve then issues the currency, then this note that the Treasury Department issued, there's interest on it. And that's how the debt every year gets bigger and bigger, because we're going to be spending more money than we're taking in. And let me tell you how the tax payments work.
Okay.
This I couldn't believe in the beginning, but it's absolutely true. When you fill out your taxes and you send a check one place and you send the tax form another place, the check that you send goes directly to the Federal Reserve, and they take that check and they send it to the United Kingdom, and the UK keeps, not the government, the UK banksters keep 40%, and then they send 60% on to the Jesuits in the Vatican. That's what's happening to our tax dollars.
Wow.
Now, how are we financing our government? We're selling drugs. We're selling the drugs that we grow in Afghanistan. We never had any poppies there until the war in Afghanistan. You think with all the satellites flying over, they couldn't see where the poppy fields are? No, that's how we earn our money.
Wow.
How does that grab you? Is that a good arrangement?
Wow.
No, it's not a good arrangement.